Welcome back to my channel. Subscribe to my channel right now. Just do it. I'm gonna do a Q&A for you guys just about nursing. I recently just did my registered nursing degree. I've also done my enrolled nursing as well. Yeah, so I thought that I would do a Q&A for you guys because you guys have literally been like hounding me like, do a nursing video, do a nursing video. So I decided to do a Q&A. I put a little question poll thing out to you guys on Instagram. My Instagram's Brooke and Kelly, by the way, if you want to go follow me. So I put the questionnaire out to you guys, and you guys got back to me with some pretty interesting questions. So I'm going to cover those questions to the best of my ability. I'm just letting you guys know, like, I can't go like too much in depth about what happens on placement, you know, like typically like about patients and stuff, obviously for confidentiality, and it's just really like unprofessional to do that. So I'm gonna stay clear of those questions. But yeah, I've got heaps for you guys, so stay tuned. So I'm just gonna go it. Alright, so I'm just gonna start off with this one. This is from Bailey Loban. How did you know nursing was what you wanted to do? During school, I never wanted to do nursing. I never had an interest in that. I did my beauty therapy, and then after I did my beauty therapy, I found out that you can go on and do cosmetic injectables, all that sort of stuff. But to do that, you needed to be an RN. So that was like in my mind. I was like, oh, maybe I could like do nursing. Plus, like, it's a really good paying job. Everyone needs nurses. Like, it's never a job that you will never have. So yeah, that was like always in my mind. It was like, oh yeah, cool, like, you know, I could do the cosmetic side of things. And then I went overseas with my partner, and there was actually this one incident where this lady had an accident in the bathroom and needed help. So I went in and helped her, and for me, like, it was just like a really good feeling to help someone. That made me feel really good. And yeah, like, I've always been such a caring person and everything like that. Like, yeah, you know, like, I never shy away from helping anyone. So I think it's just like in my nature as well. After I helped her out, like, boyfriend and I were talking, and yeah, I don't know, like, we were just chatting, and I was like, yeah, you know, I actually felt really good helping her, you know, all that sort of stuff. And then he's like, why don't you go and do nursing? Like, just give it a go. And to be honest, like, I never thought that I would be smart enough to do nursing or anything like that. Like, I never really had big confidence in regards to like my mind. So I went and did my enrolled nursing diploma, so that pretty much allowed me to go and branch off and do RNs after. But at first I wasn't sure if I wanted to do nursing, so that's why I did my enrolled nursing, to see if I liked it and to see if I could handle situations. Yeah, and I did, and I really liked it. Taylor Horse said, if I got a C in biology, should I continue with nursing as my major? Guys, like, I honestly think that if you want to do something, you can do it. If you have it in your mind and you want to apply yourself, you want to study, you know, take time to do it. It's not going to be easy, but as long as you know, push yourself through it, you can do it. I know this from experience because I got expelled in year 11, which I told you guys in one of my recent videos. You know, I had my teacher saying that I was only going to, you know, like, not really succeed in life, and you know, I did it. I went on to do uni, I finished my degree, so you know, I honestly think that if you just apply yourself and you find something that you want to do, you can do it. It just really comes down to you, and it comes down to what you're willing to sacrifice and what you're willing to go through to get to where you want to be. Did you struggle to pass the degree at any point? Yeah, I did. I struggled. Like, it was hard. I definitely think it was really hard. It was hard because I had never done uni before. You know, had come from like such a bad schooling. It was definitely a struggle. I mean, guys, it's not easy. Like, if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. But it's really hard. You really need to apply yourself. You need to push through. The thing that really helped me is doing my enrolled nursing before I went on to my degree to do my registered nursing. I already had the skills and thought process of a nurse from my ENs, so I took that with me to do my RNs, and it helped me so so much more. I'm a really slow learner. It takes me a lot to learn something. I would go to my lectures, I would watch my lectures, I'd go to my tutes, and then I would go home. I would re-watch the lectures on my computer, and I would just stop it like after every table. I would stop because I would actually fall behind in my lectures in class. I would go home, I would play over the lecture again, I would pause it, I'd write down my notes, and then I would continue, and that was a really good learning process for me. But everyone's different. I'm currently studying my EENs. I got 6 months to go. Should I carry on to become an RN, or should I work first? So if you do your ENs, I highly recommend going and do your RNs, because if you want to be an RN, like if you eventually want to be an RN, just get it done, get it out of the way. Or you can even finish your ENs, work as an EN while you're studying your RNs. Estelle Flippo said, just finished my ENs and going on to RNs this year. Any tips? I think my top tips would just to be stay focused, stay in study mode. Also, doing your RNs is a lot more in depth than doing your ENs. So you already have like your basic knowledge as an EN, but you will be going into further depth. The hardest subject for me was pathophysiology and pharmacology. That was so hard. Like that was like, it was just messed up. Like it was crazy, honestly. Like it was the worst subject. It was so tricky and so hard. My tips would just be to make sure you stay focused, apply yourself. Also, like, make friends in the registered nursing course. You will need friends, like you will need a support system, you will need a good study group. Yeah, and also just make sure you go to all of your lectures, make sure you go to your tutes, make sure you do all of that, because girl, you're gonna need to do that. Like, I cannot stress that enough. If you miss, like, just say you miss like a week of tutes because you wanted to go and, you know, party with your friends and stuff, it's gonna be so much more harder to catch up. How did you manage uni, a boyfriend, and working and a social life? I don't really know. Like, uni was my main focus. For me, I put university before anything. I would put university before social life. I would put university before my boyfriend. You know, like if he wanted to go out to dinner or go to certain parties with me, I would always say no. I'm studying tonight. Like I can't do this with you because I've got uni. My main focus was to pass university. University should go before anything else. You need to get it done. You can't afford to fail. That's my mentality on it. I couldn't afford to fail. I need to succeed. I need to keep going, and I can't be put back behind. So it's just how it is. Like, I missed out on friends' parties, I missed out on social events, I missed out on going overseas with work. Like, I missed out on a lot of opportunities, but I'm thinking of the long-term goal for me and for nursing as well. But yeah, my partner, he's been to uni as well. He's done studies, so he knows what it's like. I have a really good support system as well. Deanna said, how long did it take you to get your degree? So all up in Australia, in Queensland, it takes 3 years to get your degree. So Inville said, are there foreigners working as nurses in Australia? Yeah, there are. There's heaps. There's heaps of people from overseas that were studying. There's heaps of people on placement that were from overseas, you know, doing their degree. Yeah, I don't really know how all of that sort of works out for them. I'm pretty sure they have to pay like a lot of money to do a course here, and I don't think they can vet fee either. I think they have to pay the money right straight up, so I really take my hat off to them. Eva said, I'm in my final year of nursing and still not sure if the stress and bad hours are for me. Are you planning to stay? So the last year of nursing is really hard because there's a lot of placement time. It's not paid. You don't get paid. You're working 9.5-hour days for, you know, 8 weeks straight, and that can take a toll on people. It can really impact their life. I honestly take my hat off to people who work these big hours and then go on to another job and work big hours. I was really lucky to have social media behind me where I could just make my income from posting a photo or you know, doing a blog and stuff like that. Like I was really blessed in that way. Like people have families, and like I was talking to this one woman on placement, and we'd been working like these 9-hour days for literally like 8 weeks straight, and I was just talking to her, and she's like, yeah, I had to save before I started this degree because I actually have a family. I have 5 children and a husband. And I'm just like, what? Like, how do you do that? Like, how do you get through that? Holy moly, like that is some dedication. Like I really take my hat off to those people. How hard is it to get a grad position once you graduate? So basically it's really hard. I think there was like 800 students applied to the Gold Coast Hospital, and only 150 students got in. It's really hard to get a postgrad. You need to really excel. Yeah, it's really hard. Like there's so many nurses that finish and go for postgrad, so the competition there is really hard. But it's not over. Like if you don't get a postgrad, it's not the end of the world. You just need to go and apply. Like you'll get a job. Like I hate it when people are like, oh, I didn't get a postgrad, so I'm not going to be able to work. Like, yes you can. You just need to go and apply. So the pros and cons of nursing is mainly like helping people. A pro is like helping someone and like really making an impact on their life is really good. The cons would just be like the hours, really. Like it was such intense hours. My feet would be killing me. Yeah, and sometimes would have like some really crazy incidents, and it really sucked. But I think like at the end of the day, you need to know why you're doing nursing. You're doing nursing to help people, to make them happy, yeah, all that sort of stuff. So yeah. So how did you handle injuries and not freak out? I don't know, I think I can handle it because at the end of the day, you know, you're helping fix the problem, you're helping fix what's going on, so I can handle it. Like I know that it's going to get better, it's not going to stay worse and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, injuries are fine. Like big cuts and gashes, totally cool. The one thing that really does gross me out is sputum. Like when people throw up, it's just I mean, it really pulls on my strings. Like it's really gross. I think that's the one thing that really grosses me out. I can handle, I've handled everything. Like you guys have no idea the stuff that I've done, but it's fine. It's totally fine. I think, you know, you go into like a professional mode. You think that you're helping these people because you are. Yeah, and everyone needs help, guys. Like, yeah, I don't know. I used to work in an aged care facility as an assistant in nursing, and everyone was like, how do you do that, you know, blah blah blah. But it's like everyone goes through it. Everyone gets to that stage. Like you and I, we will be in a nursing home and having someone, you know, help us in with our daily routines and stuff, and it's natural. Like, yeah, I think it's just really good to really help people and get yourself out there a little bit, and also like contribute. I like contributing. I like giving back. So yeah. Well, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you liked it. If you have any questions, leave a comment below. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys soon.